Hello, my name is Lucky Mail, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Yeah. And you look so happy, Pearls. Okay. Let's just get Lotta's Cyclops. Yeah, the fuck it is. As if I'm ever gonna use your scoop. Sorry, quote unquote scoop. They done run-offs together. Let's go see Gumshoe! The homie! What was that little flash of a scene? Okay, how's that pronounced? Celeste and Pax? Celeste and Pa? Well, fuck. I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Is that my edgy boy? Yes! Yes! Edgy boy! Fuck yeah! Sorry. About a year, apparently. You've lost to me twice, and it's about to be 3. You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. Fuck yeah, you can, Edgeworth! He's different, but I like it. A lot of things may have happened, however, Mentor Von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a Von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Francisca, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives. To save your client, you say. Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you were a prodigy. Or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there is still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I have yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. God damn it, I fucked it. You know, tell me what you know about this bitch. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Antu's mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Carita's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impa died. I'm just gonna say Impa. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes, but there's still one riddle we yet to solve. A riddle. Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Miss Impa's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. A suicide note? But how do you know Miss Senpai had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence, however, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Kurita himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Kurita hid his own manager's suicide note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1? Ah, no. See, you're gonna have to elaborate on Part 1. I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2. 2 parts? What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name. It's Adrian Andrews, not my baby! Not my wife! Miss Andrews, what did she do? She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. They think she's a strong career woman. That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews, dependent? Talk about the exact phone of what that opposite is. Up there. I suppose it's about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature. Adrian Andrews' attempted suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste and Pa. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? Why, but why would she... Her pillar of strength, her mentor Celeste and Pa, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that... Is this what they call following someone to the grave? Good one. After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And when she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste and Pa suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then that means her super confident attitude, it's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Let's move straight to the hotel lobby, because I got some shit I want to talk to my baby about, to my wife about. How dare she try to commit suicide? Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone. That's Franziska von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so you've got some nerve following me around. Following you? But that's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Pearls, you're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy. Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting. Little girl. What is that? Electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was his receiver? I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What were those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? I asked to become Mr. On-Guard's manager. He's a pleasure to manage with his nice disposition. Mr. On-Guard does seem like a rather weak-willed man, always doing as he's told. He's always saying my manager, right, Mr. Nick? Do you have any ideas as to why Mr. Carita was murdered? Why would you ask me about such a thing? I'm just doing my job, so do you have any ideas? Alright. Time to Magatama this bitch. I'm sure I have all the things I need. Yes, there's getting to be more and more of these lately. I'm sorry, wife. I'm sorry, baby. But I gotta get to the bottom of your secrets. Why was Juan Carita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. On-Guard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Carita. You were not that close? That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You're not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow, I highly doubt that. You and Mr. Carita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half of your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me need to get close to someone. Me need to get close to Mr. Carita as if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Carita for this person's sake? Take that! Celeste Inpa, your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss Inpa, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Carita's manager. So, I believe you got close to Mr. Carita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a future third-rate tabloid. But Miss Andrews, there was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe we were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. This Inpa's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Carita. What? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Carita. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor, however, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who, sorry. Hair in my mouth. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are. What? Hey, the evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Pa was someone very special to you.
Take that!
Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who held it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Pa, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Pa's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why the victim was killed. Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with the reason to want Mr. Kurita dead. Me? Miss Pa was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? It's true, I am a woman. It's true, I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews, this one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? No! Never! Please, Miss Andrews, all I want is to know the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note, and that someone was Juan Kurita. Celeste, without her I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tablet reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so... I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide, I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews? If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? It looks like a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Her not remembering something clearly sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Ongard in your capable hands. Okay, well, I don't think there's much else for me to do. Okay, I guess we're going back to the office. Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. Nah, Pearls, we're going back to the office. You need to rest. Nope, that's not what I need. See ya, bitch. Tomorrow's trial. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Enpa's suicide note? She was also, that's right, she was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver. Hello? Wright and Co. Law Offices? Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya! Where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone in within a few feet of her this whole time. Sorry, I'm trying to get that little French thing I had going last episode back. Phew! Which is why I suppose she is absolutely finished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. Nope, I can't. Not anymore. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask my... Maya, is that you? Sis. Ask my sis. Maya! Maya! Damn it, he cut me off. Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What do you mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Ah! Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. The kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how'd you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper. What's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And she didn't see the face of her attacker. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised me he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. What's that on the ground? This card again. Someone dropped a card here. Kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Ah, that's it. The shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. It shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried. Alright guys, well I'm going to end this episode here. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Please subscribe and I'll see you guys next time. Till next time, my name is Mayo and I am signing off.